YouTube Nation, MVC3, aka me, TV, aka I always feel like somebody's watching me because I have no privacy. And you know what? That's what we're going to talk about today, because for those who don't know, there's been a lot of problems going on with EA this week. Now, before I get started, let me say thank you for watching the show. Thank you for sending me information. I've been reading all your complaints. I can only get so much, but I will talk about something today. Let's start off with EA. Yes, that's right. EA, man, I'm telling you, they have just fucked everything up. Now that we know, I've been telling you guys for a couple weeks now that Origins watches what you do on your computer, and we say, oh, it just scans your hard drive and things of that nature. And I've been hearing a lot of excuses for EA where fans say, well, this is nothing new, you shouldn't have to worry about it. No. More news has come out. Origins, as you probably read in the title, Origins scans your text documents. It pretty much eradicates them. Yes, it goes through them, and also your text SMS. Now, let's get into this, because it says, the online platform Origins, and this is going to be very controversial because it says, it's not in the headlines, it says, now makes new videos and pictures, they make the rounds, alright? New videos and pictures, now I'll explain later, alright? It says, which will clearly demonstrate that EA services already scan computer systems before the policies were approved. That's right, before the terms of service that you agreed to for Origins, they had already scanned your stuff. They already implemented it in your hard drive before you decided to agree to the terms of service, before Origins was created. Understand, guys, that's illegal. You can't do that. EA, you are in trouble. If anyone's pissed off enough, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. And guess what? You'll lose this. You cannot do this. There is nothing in your terms of service that says you can scan people's computers and go through their files without letting them know. That is illegal. You cannot do that. Anyways, let's keep going. It says, and also ransack control program files and folders, including mobile SMS. Update, new video shows more scans through the Origin EXE. That's right, guys. Now, it goes on to talk about how the tax it trashed tax program files. I mean, this is crazy. This is what Origin is doing. And EA has come out and said that they're denying any type of spying going on with Origins. EA, you have been caught. And for those who want to see the video and the pictures and all, it's in the link in the info bar for you guys. Understand, they have been caught. You can sit here and deny this all you want, but as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be a problem. It really is. And anybody, I mean, seriously, do you really have to go through all this just to play a game? Just to play a game. You know what? Let's keep going, because apparently people aren't very happy about Origins doing all this. So what they've done is, instead of accepting the DRM release, you know, that Origins has for you to create, you know, the terms of service for you to accept, yeah, they released a crack that enables multiplayer for Battlefield 3. So you can play Battlefield 3 online and not have to listen or even accept EA's terms of service. But the problem with Battlefield 3 is all you guys have been telling me that the servers keep going down. So I did a little checking of my own to see what's going on. And some of you guys sent me pictures and everything. And this is what keeps happening. So for those who have not seen what's going on, especially on the Xbox with Battlefield 3, let's look at the picture real quick for that. Xbox players, I feel bad for you due to the fact that you paid all this money for this game and you can't even play it online. You can't, because EA keeps dropping the servers, and it's not the only game they keep dropping the servers with, because FIFA 12 has the same problem. Apparently they keep dropping servers and putting them back up and dropping them again, and it makes no sense. Alright, EA's fucking up, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm not even getting Modern Warfare 3, but after the shit I gotta tell you today, as far as I'm concerned, you might as well just get rid of fucking Battlefield, alright? Just get rid of it. They don't deserve the fucking money. But let's keep going, alright? Because speaking of Modern Warfare 3 for a minute, alright? Pirate Modern Warfare 3 discs make the rounds already, alright? Now look, they've already come out and said that, you know, if you have a legit copy and you break Street Date before it and you play it early, they have no problem with that. You know, usually when people break Street Date, you know, they're either banned or they get in some type of trouble for playing the game early, alright? Apparently, they have no problem with it. None. Now, I want to move back on to Battlefield 3 real quick, because EA says that Battlefield 3 is a long-term service, aka it's going to milk you with DLC until the next installment. That's what's going to happen, alright? Now, I will say this. I've said it before and I'll say it again, alright? If this DLC was made during regular production, I have a big beef with that. I have a big problem with that. But if it's after regular production and they made it afterwards and it was something they weren't holding back from you, I have no problem with it, because it is prolonging the life of the game. Have no problem with that, alright? Now, I want to move on, because DICE, that's right, DICE responds to critics. The campaign is a training ground for multiplayer. That's right, that's what they're saying. Now look, I have to talk about this for a minute, because, guys, I understand that FPS is, you know, their core is multiplayer. I understand that, alright? But there was also a time where FPS's core was single player. For you to tell us that the campaign is only a training ground, that almost tells me that, you know, hey, the campaign isn't that great, and that, you know, we're only just getting to warm you up to play, you know, online. Now, some of you guys, a lot of you guys said that you don't care about online. So it goes. So if you're worried about single player, don't buy this. I know a lot of people are gonna say, like I said, FPS. You shouldn't be playing it just for the single player anyway. But I understand that. All right. But understand that they still should be giving you a solid product. I'm just saying. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to come in and say, I played the single player in the campaign and I loved it. I'm sure there's going to be mixed, opinions on it. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But this is the message they're sending out to you. Now, Xbox fans, again, I need to talk to you for a minute, all right? Because Battlefield 3, there's a write-up at Games Radar that says if you have an Xbox 360 Slim and you have Battlefield 3, you may be getting PS1 graphics. Now, I don't know if this story is true or not. I'd rather hear from the gamers who have an Xbox 360 Slim and Battlefield 3 and let me know what's going on. All right, I'd rather hear from them than just taking this article to heart. That is a big accusation at this point in the game, all right? Big accusation. I'd rather hear what you guys have to say first. I'd rather listen to I always listen to the gamers first before I listen to all these other people. All right, now, I need to move on because DICE, once again, has gotten out of hand. Now, last week I told you guys about how they were telling their gamers, oh, they're on crack. Yeah, they've taken it to a new level now. That's right. DICE are telling fans, apparently a Battlefield 3 vet, I should say 3 vet, but a Battlefield vet in general, all right? He complained about the game, all right, when he played it. He said that, it didn't appeal to him. The controls were different. He got to level 31, and he was not happy at all with the game. He was very disappointed, all right? And instead of DICE being professional, as the person says in the write-up, it says instead of them being professional and saying to them, hey, how can we help you? How can we learn from this, these opinions and make our game better or patch it or maybe in the next game? Instead of that, DICE tells this guy to cry more. That's all it says, cry more. And the screenshots in the info bar for you guys said, cry more. That is a joke. This is the worst customer service I've ever seen for a game. You know what? No, almost as bad as SOE. Almost as bad as Activision back when the X-Men Legends problems were going on, the glitches, all right? But this takes the cake. This really does. This is horrible, all right? This company is getting as bad as Ninja Theory. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's maybe at the end of the video, all right? But that's not the point, all right? Let's keep going, all right? In more news, all right? Mass Effect 4 will be releasing shortly after the Xbox 720 launch. They're getting ready for next gen. They're pushing this fast, I'm telling you now, because Epic says they want the Unreal Engine 4 ready for next gen console as well. That's what they're saying. Guys, you can see where this is going already. And look, we're already talking about you have stuff spying on you, hardware is messed up, servers are going down left and right in this generation, you're ready to move on to the next generation. It makes no sense. Epic is once again opening their mouth and saying that console makers need to let developers handle game pricing. No way. No way. No way should developers handle game pricing. I'll put it like this because, as we know, every developer feels their game should make Call of Duty numbers. Every developer feels their game is the greatest thing in the world. Every developer always has a problem and always lets us know how much the game costs before it comes out. Oh, it's going to cost this much million. And we always have to hear these things. Can you imagine how much developers would charge for their games if this was the case? We already see the egos on this guy. Now you want to give them the power to charge? No way. I'm telling you, if they had the power, we would be seeing Geo prices at this point. Y'all remember back in the day how much that shit cost? No way. No way. I put it like this. Developers, especially Epic, if you have a problem with the way publishers price stuff, maybe you need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe you need to go into the negotiation room and talk to those publishers and get a piece of it if you feel that way, instead of complaining about it. All right? Do something about it. That's the problem. No one's going to get behind you. Nobody's going to get behind you on this as far as I'm concerned. As much as Epic has done, and a lot of you guys are pissed off about the Gears of War stuff, trust me, no one's happy about this, whatever. And Bulletstorm fucking sucked. That's right, I played it on the 360. It fucking sucked. It sucked. I said it. That's right. It sucked. Now, let's keep going, all right? Silent Hill. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, here's something more suck, all right? Konami says that Silent Hill could expand into different genres. Yeah. No way. All right. First off, Konami, let it go. Let it go. As far as I'm concerned, Silent Hill hasn't been good in God knows how long. Just don't do it. All right. I talked about Silent Hill before. Don't do it, Konami. And here it is. They're talking about making a trio of Silent Hill games coming out next year. Look, no one is going to be anticipating that Silent Hill Racer. Yeah, no one wants to see these different genres of Silent Hill. Please, if you're going to do Silent Hill, stick to what it knows. Don't do this. Don't, Konami. And by all means, why don't you give Silent Hill a rest and let another IP come in and get some shine. All right? Every time we turn around, we've seen, 3 IPs pretty much from you this year. Well, I was going to say this year, but this generation, I should say. Castlevania, all right, which we haven't seen in a long time. Silent Hill, that's right, yeah, Get Tired, and Metal Gear Solid. Without Kojima, and Kojima was on 2 of those projects, without Kojima, you're pretty much done, Konami. Stop, all right? What you need to do is go look for some new blood at this point. It's just sad. Anyways, in more developer news, here's something that may make some of you guys happy, all right? Bethesda injunction was their appeal was denied. Apparently, there was a lawsuit for a Fallout MMO from another company. Bethesda tried to fight them on it and lost. So right now, the Fallout MMO can continue for now. That's right. It just goes to show you that when all these lawsuits and all this stuff, when you just take something, try to make something great for gaming, just try to make something great for gaming, here come the big companies. And I'll talk about that more because I have a video for you guys. Gamers stepped up once again. That's right, they stepped up again with a Half-Life 2 mod. That's right, which they made a game called No More Room in Hell. Now, if you like what you saw, there's a link in the info bar for you guys where you can actually download it, all right? It has all the information that you need if you want to try this out. Now, I need to move on to more zombie news. That's right, all right? Dead Island gets a sequel called Dead World. You gotta be kidding me. Already, look, guys, we talked about this before when Dead Island came out. When it first came out, they hit you with what? Halfway through that month that it came out, they hit you with DLC already. Now they're already making a sequel. This is a joke, all right? They know that they're going to keep pushing these games out as fast as possible, as glitchy as possible, and then when you complain, they'll say, okay, we'll do a patch for it later, or a day one patch. No, all right? Take your time and make these games. You want our money, right? Take your time and make a quality game. This is, come on, guys. Come on, and I understand people gonna fall for it too. Oh, it's zombies. Oh, it's in the world now. Come on. Understand what these companies know what they're doing, man, and yet you keep falling for the same old bullshit. Anyways, let's move on. All right. Just Cause 3 is coming out next year. That's right, so for all you Just Cause fans, yeah. Here's something that's funny. Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. That's right, Ultimate Edition comes out in February. Whatever, man. Anyways, in some great news, Rainbow Six Patriots has been announced. And for those, I know a lot of people online have already talked about it. However, for those who didn't see the Game Informer article, which is in the link in the info bar, they actually show you gameplay of what's going on. They said it's not actual in-game footage, it's just concept footage, but man, is that intense. And that's what I'm talking about. Ubisoft, I'll put like this. I got at least 35 people waiting to buy that game. You have to understand, we ran on clans on both Xbox and on PS3 when it came to Rainbow Six, Vegas 1 and 2. Do not fuck this up. Do not throw on an online pass. Do not try to hit us with DLC later, day one patches. Fix that goddamn machine gun sound. It kills me when I go online to play that game. Understand, also, bring back the 4-player story mode co-op. Don't give us this 2-player crap. Listen, Vegas 1 had 4-player story mode co-op. Vegas 2 had 2-player story mode co-op, and the 2 computer guys. Don't nobody care about those guys. Don't nobody care about them. We don't need them, all right? Understand, Rainbow Six, I'll put it like this, will be a great shooter. It will be an amazing shooter, but Ubisoft, please don't do this. I'm telling you now, all right? If you hit us with all this bullshit and these passes and everything, I got 35 people. 35 people waiting for this, man. Don't fuck yourselves up. Don't. Just listen to the gamers on this one. Just don't. All right? Now, I want to move on because some of you guys, I'm sure, will be happy about this. Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, yeah, coming to PS3 and PSP. All right? Also, for Warriors Orochi 2 fans, Ryu Hayabusa will be coming to the game. All right? Now, also, Fieldrunners is now free to play via HTML5. Lineage 2 goes free to play. There's some more talk, once again, about Legacy of Kain in development. Guys, this is like the 4th or 5th time we've heard this. This is on at this point. Also, NBA 2K servers, that's right, 2K11, yeah. They're getting ready to shut down the servers in mid-November. It has been 13 months. That's right, 13 months. This is the shortest time a 2K server has ever been shut down for online play. Just to let you guys know. Because they're pushing you for 2K12. That's what they're doing because they want to make sure, because a lot of people keep complaining about that team play. They want that crew back. They're not going to give you that back, all right? But they're going to shut down the servers 2K11 so you can't play crew either. So that you have to move on to 12, all right? But speaking of 12, NBA 2K12, they're adding 45 Legends DLC to their showcase. That's right, 45 Legends. This is a joke, man. Come on. And you guys complained to me, was it earlier this week, about there's a report that 2K12, the online that everyone keeps complaining about, I complained about it, they're using the same modem, the same setup as 2K1. They've used the same modem since 2K1. Now look, I couldn't find an article on it. I dug for it. I couldn't see anything. I don't know how much this is true. I will look into more for it because this, if that's true, you're going to tell me with all the money that they're making, and I showed you in the numbers when I did that video game sports video, all the numbers and everything, you going to tell me they couldn't upgrade their systems? Or is this what you're telling me, they couldn't upgrade their stuff? This is a bullshit joke. Anyway, so I want to move on. Guys, there's talk already about Grand Theft Auto 5 being digital only. No way is that happening. Look, they tried this, and you guys did it too. They tried this with the DLC that came out not too long ago. Ballad of Gay Tony and all that. Was it the Damned or whatever that is, the biker one? Yeah. You sat here and you did that, was it Rockstar? You tried it digital, and it didn't fly that much. And what happened? You ended up putting it on a hard disk anyway, didn't you? You did. So I'm not trying to hear all of a sudden that you're going to take one of your biggest franchises and try to make it digital. Now, guys, if they have the balls to try this digital, first off, I don't think it's going to fly well. But, because you have to say, GTA, that's a big install. That's a huge install. No way would I think it would be digital. It would take you forever to download the damn thing. Not going to work, all right? This is it. This whole digital thing is not going to do well if they don't start giving you bigger hard drives. And you know how that goes when you try to upgrade hard drives. I believe there's a 1 terabyte now hard drive for the PS3, but it doesn't work. I think the highest you can go now is 500, I believe. So it's a joke. All right, it's become a big joke, and there's no way GTA 5, as far as I'm concerned, like I said, I would be very shocked if they did this, but would go digital only. That would be a joke, but you should know how that goes, because you know GTA, the Rockstar Pass and all, you know they're going to hit you with all that. You know they are. I'm not sold on Rockstar at this point. I'm really not. After what they did with LA Noire, yeah, I'm not sold on Rockstar. Now, I need to talk about this for a minute. In more, how can I put this? Douchey art director news. You know, every time I say that, you know, a lot of people think, you know, to meme. A lot of people think Devil May Cry, you know. But no. All right, I don't know how this one slipped under the radar because Deus Ex, that's right, Deus Ex, apparently the art director, he got caught putting himself in the game. And obviously, it flew under the radar and no one even paid attention to this. This has clearly gotten out of hand. I'm sorry, but you cannot sit here and tell me, with all your talented artists on your staff, that's all you could come up with. That is a joke. You just said, just put me in the game. That's a joke. There's no way that that's okay. And I'm surprised this flew under the radar as long as it did. Really, I'm just surprised, but I need to move on. Sony has announced a Super Smash Bros. Clone with all their characters in the game. I'm sure people will be happy about that, but you should know every time they add a character, you know it's going to be DLC coming along the way. You know this, and I know this, all right? But that's not the point, all right? We've seen this time and time again. I've seen it on forums. People are not happy about it due to the fact, I'm sure that some people will be happy, but the fact that they keep saying Sony just keeps copying everybody and just copying Nintendo. All the companies copy each other. All of them, all right? How many times did we had to hear when Nintendo did the Wii and we had to hear Microsoft and Sony say, oh, that's just a kid's toy. Motion gaming won't go anywhere, and all of a sudden we saw the Kinect and we saw the Move. Yeah, so, I mean, you can't really go by their words. They all follow each other. They all copy each other. It's whatever, all right? But that's not the point. This is what really bothers me, guys, because a lot of people have been talking about Uncharted 3 since it came out. Now, first off, I want to say I was absolutely correct on about this multiplayer. Apparently, there's a lot of people when the game first came out were complaining, oh, well, there's nobody online right now. I'm trying to play online and there's no one on. That's because everyone's playing single player for Uncharted. That's why. Understand, that's its bread and butter. The single player is, I'm sure people will play multiplayer afterwards, but people are playing the single player adventure right now. You have to understand that, guys. What's wrong with you, all right? Like I said, you're not just going to jump on Uncharted and jump on multiplayer and think like it's an FPS and think that everyone's going to be on. No, it's a single-player game. Understand that, all right? Besides, when you do certain things, you unlock other guns and shit like that, so people are going to go and do that. You got to understand that. But let's keep moving on because Uncharted 3, apparently a lot of you guys are complaining about the guns. You're complaining, saying that they don't play well. And the developers came out and said not too long ago that, hey, it's not that there's nothing wrong with the guns, they're just different. So I'll put it like this. There's opinions are going to fight back and forth until a patch is done or an opinion, something gets done, all right? But that's not what really bothers me. It's not. Uncharted 3 may have day one DLC already on the disc. Already on the disc. It's locked on the fucking disc. See, and this is from DualShocker, so if this is correct, guys, you have to understand what these companies are doing. Naughty Dog has pretty much, dare I say, gone to the dark side? Yeah, it's gone to the dark side. They don't give a shit about the fans at this point. And it's sad because for what I'm hearing, Uncharted 3 is an amazing game. I thought it would be an amazing game. But after all the shit they pulled, no way will I support them. No way. Not going to happen. Now, I want to talk about this more DLC news because Sonic Generations, day one, has DLC. DLC day one. That's crazy. And when I talk to you guys obviously you didn't care. You were like, so what? Are you fucking... Whatever. It's really whatever at this point. I understand I can't reach everybody. And I put it like this. If you don't like what I have to say about DLC, then don't watch the fucking show. You have to understand, when big name titles, especially now that the holiday season's coming around, you have big name titles coming out and they're dropping all these online passes and DLC, of course I'm going to tell you about it. Don't be stupid. But... whatever. Of course I'm going to report it. Because I'm letting you know. Like I said, this isn't about, oh, who's better, when it comes to hardcore gamers or casuals, or I'm just looking to pick a fight with companies. No, this is what you call consumer awareness. Learn it. Anyways, let's move on. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Rushed due, this is Seth Killian. Rushed due to licensing. That's right, it's rushed due to licensing, and Japan hates DLC. This is funny because, you know what? I remember when Angry Joe, and you guys saw the video, you guys sent me the video like a million times, when Angry Joe did the interview with Seth Killian said this.
Why did you decide to go to a retail disc? So now, original owners of the original game don't get the rebalancing. You're not going to support the original with, any rebalancing tweaks. It's all on the new version?
Yeah, that's true. So the whole disc-based thing is something that Capcom's sort of getting the hang of. That's always been the way they've done it in Japan, so we are a Japanese company. This is a very established model over there.
Really, Seth, you're a Japanese market, and your Japanese gamers don't like DLC. That's why you brought on the disc. Well, then tell me this, Seth. Why did Capcom, and here we go, guys, why did Capcom announce all future major Capcom titles will have DLC? Why did they announce that then? If Japanese gamers don't like DLC, then why are you hitting them with DLC? That's the question. See, you're lying. And the thing is, Joe, shouts to Angry Joe, all right? Joe, so if you watch the whole interview, Joe knew he was being lied to. He knew he's being bullshit. You can see in his body language. He's just like, oh, this is bullshit. You know what I mean? But he doesn't want to insult Seth because he's trying to be professional. Joe, I will say this. You opened up the gates for us. You pretty much built the yellow brick road for us to ease on down. All right? Now that's what we're doing. And now I understand that you knew you were being lied to. You knew you were being BS'd. But I don't think you knew just how far you were being BS'd. Now we're starting to see it. That's what it comes down to. We're starting to see it now. And in more Capcom news, all right? Capcom, this is going to piss a lot of people off, right? Capcom to allocate 20% of their resources to building new brands. Do you understand what that means, people? 20% will go to new IPs. The rest of that percent will go to sequels. That's right. They're going to keep hitting you with sequels until that 20% builds a fan base, and then they'll hit you with sequels with that. Understand that's what they're doing. It's all in the info bar for you exactly how the process will work. Capcom is fucking up, and they don't care what you think at this point. They don't. They just want their money, and I know gamers are going to say, oh, well, fuck Capcom now, and then when a nice little trailer comes out, guess what? Oh, we're back on the wagon. That's bullshit. Understand that, guys, this is not the way things are supposed to be. It's not. But that's how you want to do things. I can't save all. I can't save all of you. But it's a joke that you would sit here and sit right next to me, pretty much like. And I'll say this when I mean sit next to me, meaning in the comments, and say we're right next to you, event. You know, this is bullshit. We're gonna stick with you. And then when you see a trailer, it's hey, I may be changing my mind. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what they're doing. That's why I'm giving you the information. You know what they're doing. It's a joke. It's a joke. Anyways, let's move on. Ubisoft is to open a game studio in Abu Dhabi. That's right. All right, now, here's some positive news. We'll get to the positive news real quick, all right? Heavy Rain. That's right. Heavy Rain. Now, I know a lot of people are pissed off. I'm pissed off about this new version they're coming out with. So it's like, oh, it's going to give you all the DLC. It's only one thing of DLC. It's only one, and that's the taxidermist, which I call the taxi driver, all right? Understand that it's only one DLC. And it's, oh, we're going to give you all the DLCs and the makings of. All that shit was unlockable if you played the game in the first one. I don't get it. What are you doing here, Sony? I don't get it, but whatever. Anyways, Heavy Rain. Now, for those who played Heavy Rain, Norman Jaden, you know his glasses, his ARI glasses? Yeah. Apparently, they are making those glasses now. That's right. For real life, for people who work in the CSI. That's right. These glasses are going to become a standard now in law enforcement. This is crazy. This is great. I want me a pair. Want me a pair. But we're going to keep going on, all right? Because some more gaming news. Games can make you intelligent and successful. It's a nice little write-up in the info bar for you guys. Also, there's a write-up about building self-confidence through gaming. All right? Also, Game For You, that's what it's called, Game For You, launches an event at Hamley's Highlights for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, I know a lot of you guys have sent me a lot of stuff this week on charity work and things of that nature, but I can't fit it all on the show, all right? I'll talk about it some more next week. Now, here's something, because gamers have stepped up once again. That's right. For those who don't know, they have modded, that's right, modded the Kinect to help the visually impaired.
Around the world, there are 39 million people who are blind, and 246 million people who are visually impaired. These individuals rely on low-tech solutions to aid navigation, such as walking canes and seeing eye dogs, but these aids are cumbersome and can embarrass the user. Advances in technology have enabled us to replicate the functionality of these low-tech aids in an unobtrusive, portable form factor. We created a belt that uses an infrared camera to detect obstacles in the blind user's path and alerts the user using tiny vibration motors around the waist. Here's how it works. As the user approaches an obstacle, the vibrations get stronger. If there's an obstacle on the user's left, for example, the left side of the belt vibrates. From this view, you can see what the belt sees. The video feed on the right is generated from depth data alone. Closer objects are plotted as light yellow, and farther objects are plotted as black. With over 300,000 points of depth data coming in at 30 frames per second, the belt can very accurately detect obstacles in real time. The depth data is divided into 3 zones that correspond to the 3 sets of vibration motors around the belt. The intensity of each vibration motor is calculated based on the distance of the obstacles in that buzzer's zone. This intensity varies exponentially with the obstacle's distance. In other words, there's a finer precision for close obstacles and a coarser precision for far obstacles. In the current iteration, we are using 2 microprocessors to parse the depth data and create the pulse width modulated signals that are sent to the vibration motors to control intensity. In the future, We plan to make several hardware simplifications, including removing one of the processors. In this demonstration, we are plotting the intensity of each vibration motor as the user approaches an obstacle. The vibrations help the user navigate as if he can see. Future improvements include user control and a smarter feedback system that adapts the intensity of the vibrations to the user's environment. We see this technology being used for many purposes besides just aiding the blind. Anyone in a situation with low visibility, such as firefighters or miners, could be assisted using this belt. For more information and project updates, please visit our blog at kinesthesia.blogspot.com.
It is amazing to see everything that has happened. All right, gamers, you are doing so much to help society. You're helping each other. I'm starting to see a shift in so many positive. You guys sent me so much mail about charities and things. I'm starting to see so much. All right, when it comes down to being positive, and that's how it should be. Because like I said, we are a community. That's what it's about. It's not about fighting and carrying on. I'll talk about that in a minute. All right, but I just want to give you this small little bit of news. Sony registers a bunch of Assassin's Creed movie domains. That's right. Get ready for an Assassin's Creed movie. Now look, I can get rid of this real quick. We need to talk about this. I'll talk about all this fighting. Now, for those who don't know, all right, DC Universe went free to play, as you guys know, on Tuesday. It has seen 120,000 user jump. That's right, 120,000 new users have stepped in the DC Universe. Now, I'll put it like this. We knew that Sony was getting ready for this. They said that they were ready for this and that they were getting these servers ready so that you wouldn't have to deal with all this bullshit going on. And now we're seeing constant crashes, constant freezes. There's a problem, all right? And here's the thing. You guys sent me messages saying, Event, now pay-to-players are yelling at free-to-players. They're yelling at them because they think they're the reason why the servers are crashing because there's so many people. They're not the reason. You don't yell, I swear to God, pay to players, you have to be, this generation, you have to be the fucking dumbest people in video game I've ever seen in my life. No way, it's amazing. You'll blame gamers, you'll blame everyone else, but you won't blame the company. This makes no sense. This is the company's fault. They already lied to you once, all right? And now they're letting you know that they said ahead of time they would be ready for this, and obviously they can't handle the big wave of people that came in. They can't handle it, all right? But yet you still blame those people. So you're blaming gamers for having the opportunity to try out the game, but not the company for being able to use the correct, methods to be able to maintain all these people. It's, what? That makes no sense. Like I said, when someone tells me, what's the dumbest thing you've seen this generation, I'm going to say, DCUO players. That's what I'm saying. MMO fanboys. That's what I'm going to say. You have to be pay-to-play fanboys. You got to be kidding me. There is no way that you can blame other gamers for something that's clearly the company's fault. They can't handle the people. They can't handle the surge. So now you blame gamers? You blame every individual instead of the company who's supposed to be able to handle it? That's stupid. It's absolutely asinine. And you need to stop this bullshit. You really do. You need to stop trying to cause this divide and just let it go. I understand you guys are still mad that it went free to play, which I don't understand why, because it's supposed to be free to play to begin with. All right? But whatever. You need to get over it. You really do. Now, guys, I want to talk about this Devil May Cry thing. A lot of you people have sent me messages, all right, about Devil May Cry. The new collection's coming out. When are you going to talk about Event? Look, I'm not going to talk about Devil May Cry in one of these videos, all right? I'll wait till Devil May Cry Part 4, and it will be coming this month, all right? But you guys have to understand that I have a lot of things. I'm working on a documentary. I'm working on the other videos. I have all this stuff going on, all right? So you have to understand that I'm busy, all right? So you got to give me a chance to do these. But also, like I said, I understand the fan demand for the Devil May Cry Part 4, but I'll be damned if you guys are going to send me messages telling me I have to do it. I don't have to do shit. Understand that, all right? You ain't going to demand me. Who the fuck are you? You're not going to demand me to do shit, all right? And if you feel that another one needs to be done, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? You can get the information just like me. Why don't you do it? Exactly. Don't sit here and try to demand me to do shit when you're capable of doing it yourself. Don't be a fucking cheerleader sitting on the sidelines. Don't do that. Don't do that. All I've ever did was try to inspire you guys to step up and say more and more, to do it your own way, all right? Don't copy everyone else. Do it your own way. We see way too many people copying each other on this month, but that's not the point, all right? Do it your own way. Do it seriously. And you guys say, well, can't nobody do it like you. That I'm not listening. I'm not trying to hear that, all right? Everyone has something they can do, something special or something they have inside them they can do it. You just got to find it. That's all you got to do. You got to get fed up enough maybe to do it. Maybe. All right? But you can go through this just like I can do it. If I can do it, anyone else can do it. What makes you think that I'm on some higher God shit? I'm not. I'm one person, all right? But understand, when I have all these things going on, listen, going up against the city and all this stuff, understand the least of my worries is Devil May Cry. Has Devil May Cry been fucking up? Have them developers been saying shit? Have they been showing them stupid ass, garbage ass fucking trailers? Yes, they have, all right? That last trailer made me want to fucking vomit, all right? But I'll talk about that in part 4. Like I said, it will come this month, but you have to be patient, people. You have to. It's just that simple. I'm one person. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. Have a good weekend. Seriously. It's been a good week for gamers other than all the bullshit that's been going on with the fucking developers. I'm out.
The beasts are fearsome beyond our imagining. Vicious and unbound by law or reason. They guard their terrain with rage unabated. Born from a corruption of the land, these fiends know not mercy or honor. They lay waste to all who dare tread upon their land. I fear if we do not hunt together, we will die alone.